Peter, Sam and the Runaway Rake. The year is 1962. The Scarlery Railway was enjoying a prosperous time, with engines busy carrying both passengers and goods. Rheneas, now a seasoned engine since his first passenger run in 1958, was feeling very useful. He was assigned a long rake of slate trucks, ready to be taken down to the wharf at Croghan's Gate. "Morning, Peter, Sam," puffed Rheneas cheerfully as he passed his friend, who was shunting coal trucks. "Got a heavy load today, but it's important work." "Indeed it is, Rheneas," replied Peter Sam, always eager to be helpful. "Mind you don't break any speed records with those heavy wagons." Rheneas chuckled and chuffed on, but as he rumbled over a set of points near the old quarry, there was a sudden clank and a lurch. One of the points had jammed, and Rheneas's leading wheels left the rails, bumping gently onto the ballast. He was derailed, though thankfully not badly hurt. "Cinders and ashes!" cried Rheneas's driver. "We're off the line!" News quickly reached the yard. The fat controller, visiting the narrow gauge line that day, strode over. "Rheneas, are you all right?" he asked, examining the scene. "I'm fine, sir. Just a bit shaken," Rheneas replied. "But what about my trucks? They need to get to the wharf." The fat controller pondered. Indeed they do. "Peter Sam," he called, "you must take over Rheneas's goods train. It's a priority shipment." Peter Sam's eyes lit up. "Oh yes, sir. I'll have them there in no time." He was thrilled. Taking a long goods train was a big responsibility, and he was eager to prove himself. Soon the slate trucks were coupled behind Peter Sam. "Right then, old chaps," he called to the trucks, who just grumbled back. "Hold tight, we've got a schedule to keep." Peter Sam set off with a determined whistle. At first all was well, but Peter Sam, always leading a little impatient, though he wasn't going fast enough. Come on," he puffed, letting out more steam. His driver, busy watching the signals, didn't notice Peter Sam's increasing speed until it was almost too late. The heavy slate trucks, though sturdy, were not designed for speed. As Peter Sam hurtled down a gradient, the trucks began to push and shove. Clank-a-bang, rattle-a-crash. The coupling rods groaned and the brakes squealed in protest. The momentum of the heavy load was too much. "Whoa, Peter Sam, whoa!" called his driver, pulling hard on the brake lever. But Peter Sam was already going too fast. The trucks were pushing him along, their weight carrying him forward like a toboggan down a snowy hill. He felt like he was no longer in control. He rattled through Crosnight Curran Station, so fast that the station master's hat blew right off. And on he sped, past farms and fields, his whistle blowing a frantic warning. He was heading for the wharf, and he couldn't stop. Finally, just as he neared the end of the line, the gradient leveled out, and the combined efforts of his driver and fireman applying the brakes brought the runaway train to a jarring halt, only a few feet from the buffer stops. Peter Sam was trembling. He had delivered the trucks, but it had been a very frightening journey. The fat controller was waiting on the platform, his face grim. "Peter Sam," he boomed, "this was a very un-railway-like performance. You are a goods engine, not an express. Goods trains need care and steadiness, not speed and recklessness." Peter Sam looked down at his buffers. "I'm sorry, sir," he mumbled. "I just wanted to be really useful and fast." "Being useful means being safe, Peter Sam," the Fat Controller stated firmly. A goods train, especially one as important as this, needs a firm but gentle hand. Now, help the shunters clear up, and then you can think about how you're going to be more sensible tomorrow. Peter Sam spent the rest of the day feeling rather chastened. He still liked to go fast, but from that day on, whenever he had a goods train, he always remembered the terrifying rush down the line and chose to be useful by being safe and steady, just as a goods engine should.